Hi, everybody. I still get goosebumps every time I watch my intro. That's new. I finally have one.
Oh,
Um, please welcome back to the swamp, Miss Sibyl Harmony. It's been a while since she's been on. And I was doing backstage for, was it Colleen? I think it was. And you were doing a show with her. And I was like, God, it's been forever.
yeah.
So political or personal, whatever question you want to ask is fine. Um, we both kind of whatever's in the atmosphere, we read on it. So um, a big hello to everybody. We've got quite a few in the house already. Wow, y'all are jumping right in there. Yay, yay, yay! And so, Miss Sybil, tell us, what are you up to? What you got going coming up? And
Well, I have my channel, of course. I do private sessions. I'm booking in December now, maybe December or January. I might have a few other spots open, but looks like that's what it looks like. I have a really cool past life regression class where I'm teaching past life regression on
ooh,
November 22nd. That's on my website under my name,
interesting.
Sibyl
All
Harmony.
right.
Yeah, but I am
Uh,
delighted and
all
excited.
her contact links are in the description box below.
Okay, great.
So,
Yeah. I'm delighted and excited to be here on your show. It's an honor
well,
to be
thank
here.
you,
So
ma'am.
I'm really excited, and this looks like a great group you've got here.
I'm delighted and excited to have you on. It's been a minute since
Yeah,
we
yeah. Well, I
and
announced that I would be on your channel on my show a couple times. I couldn't post the thumbnail because it was the wrong size, and I didn't get that last night.
okay.
So,
Yeah,
but
I could have redone it for you, and I didn't think about it.
yeah.
That's what I get for making them like at 11 o'clock at night.
Now you're in Louisiana, right?
I'm in Louisiana. Yes, ma'am. I'm down in
Oh,
the
the
bayou.
psychic city. That's
Yeah,
the
I'm down in the bayou, and I'm just on the west side of the Atchafalaya Swamp. And
wow. So
so
you're psychic central there.
pretty much, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's hence the name Voices from the Swamp.
of course. Yeah.
When I first started my channel, and I was like, well, what am I going to call myself? I don't know what to call myself. And I very clearly heard you're in the swamp and you hear voices. Figure it out. And I'm like,
Oh,
I have very direct guides.
so
Don't
do
pull
I.
any punches. And I'm like, oh, gotcha. Okay. Voices from the swamp. I
Mm.
started to say swamp voices, and then I thought that might give off the wrong feeling to it. So, I switched it around. And then I ran it by my son, and he was like, "Yeah, that sounds good." So I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I just about anything online, I run it by my son before I do anything because he does IT. He just hates it, but he does it at home because it's part of his rent.
Yeah.
Keeps me up and running.
Yeah.
Um, but he's a musician and a sound engineer. That's
Oh,
his passion in what he does. He works at one of the clubs downtown and runs sound for live bands. And we're right smack dab in the middle of a festival this weekend, the festival Acadian Creole. That's this weekend. And so most of downtown and around the campus area is shut down because it's all festival people and bands playing. And uh, so the club where he works at, it's a restaurant slash club. It's been nothing but Cajun and Creole music all weekend long. So
oh,
he's like, I'm getting my fill of that this weekend. I said, well, that's okay. He decided a few months ago he liked it after a while. It took it a while to get kind of grow on him. And so then he decided, okay, I got to get a fiddle now so I can figure out how to play it. So now he has a fiddle to go with all his guitars and his
wow.
drums and his keyboard and
Wow, cool.
his
So
harmonicas and
where are they playing
uh
again? If people are local, they can go see them.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, he plays periodically. He's not like in a band. He does. There's several bands that if they need like a backup guitarist or something like that, they'll give him a buzz and he'll go join them for the night. And or a lot of times if bands are going and playing somewhere, then they need a good sound guy. They'll call him up and he'll go and run their sound for them on their, wherever they're playing at. And a good friend of his name is Julian, who is unbelievably talented. One of his songs is actually up for the nomination to be nominated for a Grammy this year. So it's like they put forth all the songs and then they pick out the ones they like best, and then those are the ones that get nominated, and that's what you see. And so we're all really excited, saying, "Oh, come on, we gotta get Julian on there." So
I love music. Music is so spiritual. It's such an opening for us. A lot of my guides will sing songs to me to give me messages, so I get my messages in songs. So I love listening to good music.
Yeah, it's me. It's music has always been a thing with me. I can't sing. I can't play an instrument. Yeah. When people would ask me, "Oh, well, what do you play?" and I'd say, "I play the stereo, and I'm very good at it. I can tune those channels right in." And although I did do sound mixing to a very minor degree back in my church days when I was in that cult, and so and I would sit and do the sound for whoever was performing, and but I just love to listen to music. I listen to it all the time. I listen to all different kinds of music: classical, jazz, country, pop, rock.
Yeah,
some hip hop. Some I really like, some I really don't. Cajun and Creole music. I grew up on that. Yeah. My padre and my godfather was he played accordion, so I grew up listening to all that stuff. Yeah. And so yeah, it's my husband and I used to laugh about. We're probably the only parents whose teenager tells them to turn it down. It's too loud.
Oh, okay.
Because he would come fuss at it. Turn it down. I can't think.
Yeah.
You'd be like, sorry. And but that's okay. He grew up knowing who the Beatles were and who the Doors were and Three Dog Night and good bands, good 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s rock,
Yeah.
His dad and I taught him well. So
nice.
All righty. So let's see here. Yes, I'm feeling much better. Thank y'all for asking. Bad sinus infection all week that just knocked me on my butt for a couple of days, and so Tapioca Thievery. I have been asked, when am I going to have a conference down here? I don't really know anything about doing a conference, so I'm hoping maybe in the next year or so I can get a couple of people together that are willing to do a conference that know what the hell they're doing and can help me put it together. And that would be really cool. Come down here and y'all can experience some good Cajun cooking and music, and just don't nobody cook like we do. Our city ranks like, I think, 5th in the top 25 places for restaurants to eat. And so that's kind of cool. Nice. But anyway, I'm trying to skim through here and make sure that, play the spoons. No, I don't play the spoons. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was Kiki D, right? And Elton John and Kiki D. I got the music in me. Am I thinking of the right song? I may not. Yeah, you can keep the crawfish. I'm Cajun. I know it's a sin, but I don't like crawfish. Just don't like crawfish. I love shrimp, but I don't like crawfish.
And
So,
my grandmother or my great grandmother was Cherokee Indian, and they went down, some of them in the Trail of Tears, to Louisiana.
yeah, we're part Cherokee.
Cajun people. So I know I have Cajun relatives. We've lost touch because when she married a
we're all related
white guy, they had to cover all that up because they were.
Yeah.
But I always love Cajun music. I haven't had the food ever. I've never been there, but I know your spirit's central.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, we got a lot of that around here.
Yeah.
Haunted houses, and
we got a
boogaloo that lives in the swamp, and which is a Cajun werewolf. We've got all kinds of things that live in the swamp.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you do mediumship questions?
I do.
Sibyl? Okay. Because sometimes I can, and sometimes it doesn't work for me. So
nobody works all the time.
Yeah, well, exactly. So I just like to ask when I see a few mediumship questions to make sure that the guest is okay with that. I don't like anybody to feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Hi, Edward. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, that Diane Keaton passed away today. That's really sad. She was only 79. That's not that old. I mean,
a lot of people are passing now because the energy,
Yeah.
The energy is
just. We're like, I'm tired of this nonsense.
Maybe they're
like, let me go back.
Yeah.
You can't blame them for that. So, not at all. Okay. Oh, hey, Lorraine. You're part Cherokee too. Cool. I've got a little smidgen of it in me. I don't know how much. I don't even know if it would actually show up on a blood test or not.
Mine doesn't.
Yeah, but I know it was
they hit all that. My aunt on the other side, they said she was part, I think, Iroquois. I'm like, what? When did that get in there?
I know we were told that it would have been my great-great-grandmother. That my great-great-grandfather was going west across Texas when he came across the Trail of Tears, and we don't know if her father sold her or if they saw each other and decided, let's get together. But
I know that
she became my great-great-grandmother. So
yeah. I think that's a lot of the scars and the pain that we're healing now in this. What the karma of the land, what we did, and I know that my grandmother and my mother both had a lot of pain they just were carrying, and they dealt with that by drinking a lot, and so I kind of followed in their footsteps till I'm like, no, I'm not. I ended that. But I think a lot of the stuff that we're going through in this country is because the enslavement of African American people, and then what we did to the natives that were here. So we have a lot of karma here, and we're still dealing with people that are, I call it a mental illness, prejudice. I think it's a mental illness.
Sorry, I keep muting because the dogs keep barking. Hush.
Well, that's okay.
Oh, my goodness.
They're just
but they get so loud you can't hear anything when they get going.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, we're according to family lore, we're Scots, Welsh, Irish, English, French, Dutch, and Cherokee.
You must be my relative.
And we probably are.
Because that sounds like about. You didn't say German. Unfortunately, I have.
No, my husband was German.
Yeah, and then I say when people say, my dad talks about his German, all this, and I go, oh, that's what happened to us. That's right, we're German. No.
Yeah.
So my dad was a good guy, but he.
My late husband was German. His both sets of grandparents escaped the Nazis and came here.
Okay.
and then the children wound up meeting somewhere
Wow.
down the
Wow.
line, and once here and got married. So my late husband was German all the way through,
Yeah.
both sides of the family.
Yeah.
And so we were, according to family lore, we were part of the Acadians that came down from Nova Scotia, who went to Nova Scotia to leave France because they were being persecuted in France. And then from France, they went to from France, they went to Canada to Nova Scotia, and were there, and then were run out for religious beliefs. Very strict, strong Catholics, most of them, and they, just like down here, we don't have counties, we still have parishes because everything was built around the church, so it's still very Catholic down here. And but that's okay. I'd rather deal with the Catholics than I would anybody else. They're a little bit easier to get along with.
Wonderful Catholics. So really, salt of the earth. Now,
I was raised Catholic, so
some of the priests, I like the new Pope, but some of the, stuff that's come out. But as far as the people, I know some really, really kind and loving people that really are good.
Most of them are. Most of them will give you the shirt off their back. They'll be the first ones to do a fundraiser if there's trouble. They're, I have nothing really bad to say about the people that are Catholic.
Yeah.
Now, I don't agree with everything that the Catholic Church pushes, but that's just, they look at me and go, yeah, you're a witch. And I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I can't bring you to stage anymore.
Well, I don't know. Let's hold our breath and that doesn't come up. So
we're living through a time, we lived in, I don't know when you were born, but I was born
61.
Okay, I was born 58. So we're living through a time where, we got to experience some really good times here. And the 60s was a battle, the civil rights battle. And I remember even as a kid, I was out, protesting with my mother with Women for Peace and all that, and the Vietnam War. I remember all that. But that wasn't really anywhere. That was like fun and exciting protesting.
Yeah, I was a kid. I would go march with my mom. It was
and we did.
Civil rights, equal rights, women's rights. It was all of that.
We got our women's rights. We got our integrated schools. We got all that. So we've been through some stuff, but not quite like this. This is a time in history that we're living in right now that, they always say unprecedented, but that really is unprecedented. And we are shifting from, you remember that song, The Age of Aquarius? We're shifting into a new age. And so people are feeling that. So all the corruption and everything, I feel like that's what this is all about. All this corruption, all we've done to our land and to people, it's all coming up, because
sorry, my phone's ringing.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
But anyway, that's my little speech there about all that. We're just living through, I just want people to know that, because everyone keeps asking me on my channel, they're saying like, when is he going to get out of there? When are we going to be done with this? Like, I'm just so tired. They're just so angry. People are terrified. I drive around here with food in my car. Last time I went to the grocery store, there's families out in front of the store begging for that lost their jobs or whatever. So I just drive around with food and give food to people now.
Yeah, I'm in a deep red state with a MAGA governor, a MAGA state representatives, MAGA federal representatives. It's like, geez, I can't get away from it. It's really strong down here. I'm like this little blue dot, this big giant. I've started seeing a lot more not really admitting to being behind him anymore.
Cracks in the foundation there?
Cracks in the foundation. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it. I don't really talk politics at work because I'm civil service, so I have to kind of be careful, you know, when I'm at work, but I look at it when I'm on my time. It's my business what I say and believe. I mean, if somebody will ask me, and every now and again someone will ask me a question, and I'll just look at them and say, well, do you want the politically correct answer or do you want the truth? And and some of them say I want the politically correct answer, and so I'll give them some very neutral sounding answer. And others are like, no, I want to know what you really think, and I'll tell them what I really think. And so,
okay.
And I work at a university, so we're a little bit more open-minded. And I work in the computer science department, so I have students and faculty from around the world, all working together. You know, and
Interesting.
It's really interesting. I love it because I get to meet people, different cultures, different parts of the world. And I love to talk to the kids and ask them, well, how do y'all do it where you're from? Or, you know, what is it that you celebrate? Why do you celebrate it like that? And, you know, I like to try to open up that conversation. And let them know that they can come talk to me about anything and they're cool, you know. I don't deal with students as much as some of the other staff members because I'm basically the purchasing person. So I sit in the back office and I buy stuff and I get stuff that comes in and then divvies it out. So, but yeah, we've got, okay, I'm trying to finish. Every time I think I'm at the end of the questions, the chat jumps and there's more. Okay.
Yeah, that's not good. The questions are going to keep coming.
We're going to keep on going. So we got 11 for now. We'll do what we can. If I don't get to you, if we're not able to get to you, then come back tonight for the slumber party and just let me know I wasn't able to get to your question and you'll go to the front of the line. Okay.
Oh, so, you got a slumber party tonight?
Every Saturday night.
A lot of fun.
Every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Central, I do a slumber party.
Well, there's your get together. It's the slumber. It's online.
Yeah, it's great. We love it. We have a blast. It's I have a couple of regulars that co-host with me different times of the month. Wow. And sometimes it's just me and sometimes I have someone with me. So it's a lot of fun. I love doing it. It was
You must be a night owl.
Yeah, pretty much. Most of the
time. I'm a morning person. I'm
not a morning person at all.
I don't do late night.
It started out with me being awake one Saturday night, and it started out with me of being awake late one Saturday night, and I thought, well, I wonder if anybody else is awake. So I went live, and about 20 people showed up, and we sat and chit-chatted and did some readings for them and whatnot. And then a couple of weeks went by, and I did it again, and about 40, 50 people showed up, and I was like, oh, okay, well, there's a lot more people awake at this hour than I realized.
Yeah.
Okay. Not thinking about the other side of the world where it was actually morning time. And after 3 or 4 times of doing it, everyone that was showing up every time I did it was like, you need to do this every week. You need to make this a regular thing. And I'm like, okay, well, then y'all have to name it. What do we call it? And so we went through a naming phase where everybody was throwing out ideas of names. And then I took kind of a combination of the ones I liked the best. And so we created the Night Owl Slumber Party. And that's what we have. And we do naughty or nice cards and have a lot of fun with it. I figure if it's late night, I won't have to worry about little kids hearing us. So. Although I do have to run a disclaimer at the beginning of those shows stating that explicit language will be used. And if you're uncomfortable with that, bye. Go watch something else.
It's for the grown-ups.
That's it. Okay, let's get this show going. Butterflies are free. Hello. It says, am I headed for better times? I've had illness and accidents since May. Well, bless your heart, honey. Let me see what we can get for you. I've got some, and for those of you who have been so generous, thank you very much. I've received like 5 or 6 decks of cards and a book this week.
Oh.
Just like, wow, it's be nice to share every week.
Wow.
And so that was kind of cool.
What's her name again? Butterflies?
Butterflies are free. Yeah.
That's not a real name.
No, I forget your real name, my
Tune
darling.
into her energy. Let me just tune in. Okay. So you want to go first or should I?
Helen. Her name's Helen. Okay.
Okay.
If you want to go first, that's fine.
Well, when I tune into you, Helen, I see you standing holding like a bird cage. Like I feel like I've been trapped in the cage and I want to get out, like spiritually. And so I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I feel like I'm getting like friendships. There's either friends or your friends are going to help you. They're supporting people around you. There's an issue with friends coming in. So that's what you're dealing with, your support system. And so go ahead and ask for help and support from your friends or from your community. And I feel like you have good news on the way. There's new beginnings coming. So this is my card for new beginnings. And they're also saying, go ahead and take action. You don't need to be stuck. You need to take some different actions. And that will benefit you. So what are you getting for her, for Helen?
All right. For the first thing for you, my dear, is I pulled for you home. And it says security and safety. And so that's what you've been kind of stuck, I'm sure, at home with illnesses and accidents. And that's supposed to be a place of safety for you. So I think it's just to embrace that concept that when you're home, you're safe and nothing can really hurt you. And then I pulled adapting a difficult time. So you've been doing a lot of adapting for the last few months. Um, just getting used to things going on. You get sick, you have to adapt to everything. You get hurt, you have to adapt to everything. Um, it can make things seem like they're very disconnected. A lot of times when it happens in groups like that, they're telling me that um, you just need to bring it in, focus more in on um, focus in on listening to your spirit guides and using this time to get a little bit of a closer walk. That a lot of times they will allow these things to happen so that you have to go to them to answer your questions that you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what they're telling me. So I do hope that resonates with you, my dear. Thank you so much. And let's see. Next up, we've got Acadian Proud. It's Eileen. And can you please tell me about my guides and what do they wish me to focus on for the next 6 months? And you can go whenever you're ready, Sybil.
Oh, okay. So the first thing I'm seeing is I feel like there's a health issue or a physical body issue. And a lot of times that'll show up to me is like a car or even a bicycle. But this is a stagecoach with horses. So I feel like something got away from you physically with your health or your routine. Um, and so the first thing I'm getting is like body care, taking care of your body. A lot of people have been going through health issues in this current energy. The energy around October and November is going to become better. We still want to be really grounded because it's still kind of moving fast. But I feel like there's something about your body care that your guides want you to do, maybe in what you're eating or eating warm. I feel like soups. Soup can be really nourishing and warming when the weather gets cold, instead of maybe not being so much as maybe not so much carbs or something like that. I also feel like you're working on creating more prosperity and abundance. So one way that you can do that, it's a little bit kind of out there, but if you believe in the nature spirits, I remember I had this, what do you call that? That flower that opens up. They have them in Louisiana. Do you know what that is?
Magnolia blossoms.
No, it's something
Not the
else.
magnolia?
The Rose of Jericho. And I used
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
the rose, like get one of those, or and then start watering it every month, put it on your front porch. Or I also feel like there's a book called The Abundance Book by Randolph Price. It was written like in the 80s, but it's a really good little pocket book on prosperity and abundance. It has a 40-day prosperity plan. So things like that, or simply saying, I allow myself to receive. I'm open to receive, and asking your guides, like, help me to receive guidance, help me to receive prosperity, whatever it is that you need. And then there's some things that you are saying goodbye to, people or things that are no longer a match for you. And as you let go of people or things, you'll find that new, as one door closes, a new one will open for you. So I feel like you're going through this change of letting go of the old and that new is coming in. So that's what I get the guides are saying.
Absolutely. And you got a moving on card, and I got a goodbye moving on card.
Oh, okay.
That just simply exactly what Sybil was talking about. There, people are passing through your life and moving on. You're moving on, or they're moving on, but the time with them has come to an end. Um, Not that it's a bad thing. It's just time to move on, say your goodbyes, and see what you can do going forward. And then I also pull sanctity. Um, and that just says through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. So whether if it's something small that you do for yourself or something you do for someone else in your orbit, so to speak, that is going to encourage and uplift them, you're going to get that back at you for more, even for yourself. As you do for others, it will be done for you. Um, the biggest thing I feel like they're wanting you to focus on is just keep doing that inner work that you've been working on. Keep delving into those heart messages, exactly what it is what area they want you to move into next. And maybe try some journaling or some automatic writing and see if that will help you to kind of just get an idea of where they want you to go. And because sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. Okay, let's see who's next. We've got Maureen would like a message from her grandpa Flatley. Okay. He liked the way you giggled. I don't know why that's important, but that's what.
I feel like he's. Did you have something else?
No, that was it. That's all that I heard was that. So
interesting with the name, because I feel like these flat panels that he's putting in. I don't know what he did for a living, but I feel like putting things together. But the message I feel like he's bringing is that you're worth to value yourself, your self-worth, and you have nothing to feel guilty about, to let go of guilt. What else do you want to say? I feel like there might be a butterfly that comes around you, and that's him. So watch for a butterfly, and then also clouds. Clouds, he says, I watch over you every day. Clouds or heart shapes, okay, are validation for you that he's around.
She says he was a window glazer.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, because I saw him
interesting.
with something like he was doing with something
flat. Yeah,
it was flat. Yeah, yeah. And then he says he keeps saying, "Don't feel guilty. Let go of guilt." He's quite happy where he is, but I feel like he's acting like a guide around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, let's see who we got next is Viviani. Hey, Viviani. May I please have a message for my spirit team that's important for me to know now? Okay.
Okay. Oh, I'm not ready. Have you been hiding? Because I feel like there's a curtain. It's like, come on out of, like, maybe hiding your gifts or abilities, or not speaking up about what you're doing. Because I feel like there's this big curtain, and I feel like you're behind there. I'm like, hello, why are you hiding? Like, I feel like maybe you want to be polite, or maybe, and it isn't impolite to let people know about you, or I just get a sense of hiding, very secretive, and that's okay. It's a good boundary. Sometimes that's a good tool, but I feel like just being aware of, like, am I hiding, or am I letting people really know who I am or what I can really do? And so they're saying to continue to listen, ask, and then listen. So how do you receive guidance when you're listening? Through thoughts, through feelings, through a song. You might see a bumper sticker. You might just be drawn to a picture or a plant, or to what a person's saying. So it doesn't always come in like, hello, like that, or an angel appearing in front of you in full. I mean, people think that psychic, they don't understand. It can be very subtle, and it can be just in your feelings. Listen to your feelings and your thoughts, because that's how they connect with us. But they also say you receive messages in your dreams. So you might want to keep a dream journal, or intend that you're going to remember your dreams. And then the second you wake up, before you have any memory of consciousness, grab that pen and paper, even in the dark, and just start writing it down. Because by the time you get up and go to the bathroom and get a drink of water, your memory will start fading, and it may just go away. So set your intentions to remember your dreams. These may be visits. And they also say that you're working on prosperity. A lot of people working on prosperity. Your flow is unlimited. And something you said in an earlier reading, Shari, about giving and receiving, that's how we stay in the, whenever, if my business used to be a little bit slow or something, I would give away some free readings. Or somebody would ask me for, something, and I would be like, the family member would ask me for something and be like, how am I going to do that? I'm like, we're going to make it happen. And Spirit always shows up. And
yeah,
sometimes you have to give and stay in the flow of giving and receiving. So, okay.
yeah. She says, I'm a newbie and I'm starting to be asked about what I do. It's hard in the beginning sometimes to talk about it and explain what it is that you do, because like Sibyl was saying, most people don't really understand what we do when we're psychic, whether we're just reading cards, whether we're doing mediumship, whether if we don't even need to use cards. I mean, they're a tool. For me, they help me focus. And it just takes a little, there you go. Now you're in focus.
Yeah.
At first I was like, what is she doing? It took me a minute.
On camera.
You had got out of focus there. So the first thing I got for you was unintended, not meant to happen. And a lot of times when we first start opening ourselves up to this and allowing messages to come through, things will come through at times when you're not expecting them, or very unintended times. Maybe you'll hear something or think something and think, well, that's not going to mean anything. Why would I say that? Sure enough, if you say it, the person that you're reading for will be like, oh God, yeah, that was his favorite song, or that was their favorite movie, or flower, or color, or smell, or whatever it may be. I think one of the hardest things I had to let go of is I tend to get things in movie clips. I'll see a movie scene in my head and I'll be like, what has that got to do with anything? But when I would say it out loud, the person that I was saying it to would be like, oh, that was their favorite movie, or that was their favorite scene, or their favorite actor, or whatever it was, it would tie into what it was they were asking for, even though I didn't understand the connection. And that's because it wasn't meant for me to understand. It's meant for them to understand. And I think sometimes we get nervous about sounding too out there, that we're afraid to say some of the stuff we get. At least I know I was in the beginning. Sometimes I still feel that way. I still get nervous about mediumship questions because I don't feel as strong in that as I want to be, but I know it just takes time. I mean, I spent a good portion of my life, like over 50 years of it, pretending that I didn't see, hear, know, could do things, just like it doesn't exist. I didn't hear that. I didn't see that. And then when I opened the door and said, okay, I realized that you're there, and it still kind of catches me off guard sometimes when it happens. And at other times, sometimes I'm like, give me more. And other times I'm like, it's too much, back off a little bit. So I mean, you do Akashic readings, so you know that you're plugged in to what it is you do. It's just having the confidence that what you're doing is very meaningful to other people around you who don't understand how you can do it. And most people feel very thankful that you are able to do it and kind of help them with that. And then the other card I drew for you was called allowing. And it's radical acceptance says yes to reality at any given moment. So what's needed can come next. That's a lesson I had to learn. I had to learn to just say yes to what little bit I was given, so that when they were ready for the next thing, I was ready for it. So that can be very difficult to deal with sometimes, but you're doing really good. I mean, you know, I watch you when you do your readings and stuff. You give me chills. So just keep going, keep doing it. Okay, let's see. Next up, we got Brian. And let's see. Arthur recently had an episode where he went into trance. When he came out, he said October 17th. This has happened before. It was prophetic to either of you. There has been a lot of us that have been feeling like something's going to happen somewhere between, say, the 15th and the 30th. It's like middle to end of the month. Nathan and I did a deep dive on this topic earlier today. He just dropped that video. It's out on his channel. I know Arthur was, you know, he got a download on air, you know, and just like literally went down. And when he came up, he had the date. I know that Monday is the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Navy, of when it officially became the U.S. Navy. And you go from there, and there are several things that are happening during the course of this next week that any one thing could make a pretty large statement. I keep feeling like it's going to be more than one thing, that it's going to be several things layered one on top of the other that's going to have a great impact. But I mean, yeah, I know Arthur got a really strong, you know, feeling with what he gets. And he, you know, like he said, when that's happened to him in the past, it's always been spot on. So I'm, you know, I trust what he's saying. I just hope it's not too terribly bad. And I know when I read on it earlier, I kept getting for the greater good. So whatever it is that happens, it may be shocking, it may be really chaotic in the process, but when we come out the other side, it's going to be for our greater good. And we're going to be happy it happened. So we have no King's Day next Saturday. So if you plan on participating and being part of the marches, it's going to be really, really, really important to not let your buttons get pushed and get angry. If you know anybody that's going to attend, emphasize to them the importance of staying calm and low key and not get angry, because that's what they're hoping for, is to make people get angry and start fighting. And we don't want that. That's what I've got. Did you have anything, Sybil?
Well, I feel like there is a lot of news. We're going to be hearing things. Most of us aren't going to be experiencing something, but we're going to be hearing things. I mean, what isn't big news? You know, with the wars going on, or the Epstein files coming out, or people being indicted. There's just like one huge story after another. But this is an intense, pivotal, they're saying a pivotal week, because the energy is going to shift into something that's more harmonious. It's also a deeper, more like watery energy. So we want to make sure we stay grounded, but it is more harmonious. I feel like people will feel some relief in later October and November. But to get there, some stuff has to happen. Some stuff. So what is the stuff? I mean, is it happening to one person? I mean, what is big news anymore? There's, stuff, mass shootings or, or people being indicted or, I mean, people coming out with Epstein evidence. I mean, shut down. So I feel like there is a lot of news coming out. So we're going to hear about it, and things are going to happen. Things are happening very quickly now. But whatever that is that happens, we have to recognize, and well, we don't have to, but it would help to recognize that a lot of the stuff we have been going through is because the truth is coming out about things so that we can change it and create something better. So for the truth to come out and things to get better, you might have, some bad might have to happen. Some things might have to happen. So you're going to be seeing that. So that's what, I don't know if it's that exact date or he was maybe meant like around that date, or I don't know. I didn't hear what he said, but it could be that date. But to me, it when I look at it, it just feels like, yeah, stuff's going to happen so that we can get that's, like shocking or like, oh my God, but that's how we get to somewhere better. And I also agree in the protests, when I looked at it, please be careful if you're going out there and keep it peaceful. We need to keep it peaceful.
Yeah.
And I support people going out there. I did all that, in the 60s and stuff. I was out there, in the anti-war protest.
Yeah, I had my round of it.
We'll have I might go in the little local thing around here, but be careful, because I feel like some people could get hurt. They might try to do something the day before to stop the protests, because that's what a lot of this military being called out and stuff is about. So just know that we're going to go through some stuff. It's going to be okay. It just,
yeah, the strongest, everything Sibyl said is what I've been getting. Yeah.
What?
I said, everything you were saying is just what I've been getting. It's, the most important thing, though, I keep getting pushed at is to just stay calm, stay peaceful, and don't let anybody shake you up.
Right.
Because we don't want it to get worse. So, and that's what they want, is for chaos. We don't want that. Okay, let's see. Kaya May is next, is asking for a message from her late mother-in-law. Kaya, can you give us her name? Just her first name.
Well, I see something. I see
Roseanne. Okay.
Roseanne?
Or Rayanne, excuse me.
So she's wanting to connect with her son and let him know that she's okay, she's good. And I also see her with a stack of papers. I don't know if they're photographs or something she left for you. But for some reason that's important. There's a ring. There's a ring or piece of jewelry that's hers that helps her to connect with. But there's something about a ring or a piece of jewelry. But I feel like she connects through, once again, with butterflies. I feel like there is signs from nature when she's around. She is like her son, but she's kind of like a mother. She says she's watching over you. And there's also something about maybe she left you money, because I'm seeing money. I thought it was paper. Maybe it was a will. So if I was talking to you in a reading, I could ask you, how do you connect? Because that's usually how I do mediumship. I'm like, how do you connect with paper, with a stack of papers?
Okay. Well, the first thing I picked up was the amount of love that she has for her son as well as for you. I feel like that there was a close relationship there, and then I pulled affection, needing embrace, sending hugs. So I think that's the biggest thing she wants y'all to know, is that she reaches out to give you hugs when she feels like you need them. So there may be those times when you just get an overpowering feeling of just like, almost feels like somebody's embracing you from beyond and you don't know why. That's her. Um, she's sending out that love, and she's saying that when you embrace each other, she's including that. Like when y'all, however, in the morning, in the evening, whatever, give each other a hug at any random moment. A lot of times this is her being able to embrace you both, to give you that feeling of just being held and being loved. Um, and that's the strongest sense I'm getting. Is just her wanting you to know that she's there hugging on y'all whenever she can.
There is a will. She asked if
Oh,
they were wondering if there is a will. She keeps telling me there's a will. And I'm
there, oh,
asking
there
her,
you
like,
go.
where is it? But I feel like it fell apart, or she wanted to do that, and I feel like it fell apart or something. Like I feel it falling on the floor. Like I don't know what the laws are in your state if she didn't file it properly. In our state, you used to be able to go online and do it, and it's kind of okay, but you have to get a lawyer, and now put it in a living trust and do all this stuff. But I feel like she wants you to know that she wanted to leave a will. She made a will, but I feel like it fell apart. Are they ever going to find the will? I, that sounds crazy. She says she thinks you can find it. It's somewhere. I don't know if it's in her house. Is it in your house? No. Does somebody have it? Yes, someone has it. I don't know how long ago she passed, but I feel like somebody has it. Are they going to let them have it? No, I feel like somebody has it, but it should have been filed. Like, I don't know what the laws are. Like, doesn't it have to be filed somewhere? Like, if you look on her computer or you look through her stuff, I'm sorry. I don't want to send you on a wild goose chase here, but she keeps insisting to me that she has a will and that somebody has it. The lawyer, quite possibly.
Maybe, yeah, yeah. And if it's not a lawyer, it may be somebody that just has some of her stuff and doesn't even know they have it.
Okay, because she keeps telling me there's a will.
There you go. And I know nowadays in a lot of states you can buy a kit, a do-it-yourself kit,
Yeah,
to
she
do
might
up
have
a
done that.
will, and then you send it in to get processed or whatever, get certified. And
Yeah.
I know when my mother passed, the only thing that she had that passed down to us was a car. And at the time, my brother was like, well, I have a car. You don't. So you take the car. Because of the rules in our state, we had to go down to the DMV together and fill out a ton of paperwork stating that, yes, I was taking this item and no, he was not objecting to it. And it was like an hour and a half, y'all, of filling out paperwork just to
Well,
take a dumb car.
she wanted you to know
Um,
that she provided for you. She tried to
yeah.
do that. I don't know if you can find it, but somebody has it.
Yeah. Maybe start asking around relatives or family that would have been willing to hold on to paperwork for her.
And say a prayer. Say a prayer. Help me to find this. Ask your guides, like, because your guides can't intervene unless it's a life-threatening situation, unless you ask them, like, okay, if there's a will, help me to find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Well, Sybil, we've been at this an hour, and I don't want to run over on your time. So we're going to have to call it a halt for now. And we will work on getting us back together again. I think I'm going to go be on Sybil's channel next time.
Yeah,
So
that'd be awesome.
we'll get to do a flip flop, and we'll let y'all know when we get that set up. And if I wasn't able to get to your question today, I do apologize. Come back tonight for the slumber party and ask again. Just let me know that I couldn't get to you, and I'll put you to the front, and that way your question can get done first. And thank you, Miss Sybil, very, very, very much for coming on and being my guest.
Yeah, it was an honor, and all your wonderful people. Yeah,
it was a real joy to have you back on. It's, like I said, it's been over a year since you've been on. I went to go back to check. Well, when was the last time she was here? It was like, it was in my book, my date book from last year, and it's buried. So I was like, okay.
Well,
it's been a while.
Email me when you get some dates, and we'll
I will.
It'll be fun. This was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you, everybody. Y'all have a lovely rest of your weekend, and we will talk again soon. Bye for now.